here. I am part of the full crew, and we are live in Grand Forks, North Dakota. We are here for the UAS Summit and Expo, and we are actually at Grand Sky. We're in a hangar right now during a reception. This is John Nelson from BBI International. So, John, tell them a little bit about who you are and what you're doing with this show.
Yeah, definitely. So we're the company that owns and operates this event, and so we've been doing it now for 8 years. So this is actually the 16th annual summit.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah. So it's pretty crazy that this has been going on for 16 years, and it's one of the only shows fully dedicated to unmanned aerial systems or uncrewed aerial systems, I should say. So again, we've been doing it for 16 years. This is probably the 8th year where we really run it ourselves. So we're proud of to be doing it. We love it, and it's an exciting event.
But what are you excited for the most this week? I mean, this is pretty amazing with all the drones out on the runway here. We're going to show that in a second. But
Well, yeah. So right now, this event is a pre-event that we're doing. It's one of the first times where we've done a pre-conference kind of tour. And here at Grand Sky, it's amazing. I mean, to be at this park, it's the first of its kind, in the activity that's happening out here, as you'll talk about this week and what you'll show later on. I'm guessing in this podcast,
yeah.
It's exciting, and we've got a huge group of people here, all active in the industry, and so I can't say enough about how exciting it is to be here.
Well, thanks for doing this. The energy is high. We're just kicking this thing off right now, but it's going to be amazing. Join us tomorrow, by the way, too. We're doing a special broadcast at 9 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Eastern, with 3 special guests. We're going to be at the Alaris Center where the event is actually happening. So, again, right now we're live at Grand Sky. So thanks so much, John. I really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, cool.
All right, thank you.
All right, we are coming down next. Let's see who's. I don't care. We're just kind of going down the line. We got a lot of people lined up to talk to you guys. We got Rob here. Rob, tell me your whole name from Census Technologies.
This is Rob Knockenhauer from Census Technologies.
And so Rob is here visiting, and I just saw Rob actually at the UAS Roundup in Colorado. Before that, commercial UAV. He's been traveling almost as much as me. So Rob, why are you here in North Dakota?
I'm here to check out what's happening here in North Dakota. It's Census is working on a presence here. We have a connection with Williston State College. That's some folks are coming out from there today, and we're looking forward to just catching up with a lot of people I haven't seen in a while.
Well, there is so much going on in this state, Rob, and between Vantas, Grand Sky, right, the Northern Plains UAS Test Center, test site, just so much going on. So really cool that Census is getting involved.
Yeah, so we're hoping they make more of a presence here, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, very good. What are you excited about this week, Rob?
I'm just excited to kind of hear. There's actually a panel on associated elements that Sean is hosting or moderating rather, and I'm looking forward to kind of hear what the latest is on that, because that's definitely kind of a part of the whole DV loss game that needs to be addressed, sooner rather than later.
I totally agree. Well, thank you so much. Great to see you, buddy.
Great to see you too.
All right, we're going to grab Michael Robbins is here from AUVSI. Traveled all the way. By the way, fun fact, missed a flight or something and had to drive 5.5 hours. So good to see you there.
I made it.
Yeah, he made it. Yay.
Yeah, getting on an urban air mobility craft would have been.
That would have been so ideal, right? Yeah. So, Michael, you guys announced some really great news recently about the Defense Innovation Unit and a new collaboration you all have for cybersecurity, I believe.
Right, yeah.
Can you explain what that's all about?
Sure, yeah. So in August, we announced that AUVSI was launching our Trusted Cyber program, which is a much broader initiative to develop a standards framework for all forms of uncrewed vehicles. So, air, ground, maritime, big vehicles, small vehicles, broad diverse. And we've established a working group of industry representatives. I think right now we've got about 25 different representatives in that group, each with a solid, diverse cyber background, representing companies, from very, very small startups to General Atomics. We're here at General Atomics facility, and they're represented on the committee. So a broad representation of companies. So that work is ongoing, but as part of that work, we did a lot of stakeholder outreach to our government partners and let them know we were doing this. And in those conversations, and we've had a long established strong relationship with DIU, the Defense Innovation Unit at Pentagon, and they that led to a conversation about the challenges they're facing with Blue UAS and some of the funding challenges and some of the administrative challenges they have with operating that program. But there's clear demand both from the commercial and some federal partners as well as the DoD. So those conversations evolved, and this past week on Tuesday we announced that going forward AUVSI will be helping DIU administer the Blue UAS program. So more details will be coming out in the near future, but companies that are interested in pursuing Blue UAS going forward, whether for the DoD and being NDAA Section 848 compliant, or whether they just want Blue UAS for other federal stakeholders or even non-federal stakeholders or customers, they can reach out to AUVSI now. We have a website, AUVSI.org, and you'll find our Blue UAS page, and there's a form to fill out, or you can just contact me, Michael Robbins, mrobbins@auvsi.org for more information.
Well, this is a really huge development, I think, Michael, because so many people out there, there's kind of almost like the haves and have-nots, right? Like there's people that maybe made first, second cut, and then ultimately didn't make a list. So I feel like with this new process, there's just going to be more hands-on deck, if you will, and maybe better, kind of flow through for that. So I think that's really exciting for the industry. I also want to say today, you guys published the article that I wrote about two Blue UAS framework companies, Modal AI and Doodle Labs, radio and autopilot. So super cool. And oh, by the way, everybody, if you haven't heard, the Dawn of Drones is migrating to AUVSI platforms next year. So I can't wait to work with you guys next year on that. So any parting thoughts before you head out and we grab Tom Sawyer?
Yeah, no, I mean, Senator Kramer's here, so maybe you want to get him on the show.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, no, I think we're good. Thanks so much. I guess if I'm going to leave a parting thought, I think it's that the standards for drone cybersecurity will remain very, very high. Getting to the Blue UAS is still going to be significant hurdle for companies. So just don't want to think that we're stepping down from that very high cyber compliance that already exists.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Well,
Yeah, I'll be talking to you more throughout the event. All right, who's next? I think we got Tom coming up.
You got a United States Senator coming up.
We got a United States Senator. I think he's talking right now. So, all right, we are somewhat in a holding pattern. Lisa, can you show the meteor drone while we're doing that? So we'll do a little show and tell while we're waiting for the senator. We'll go ahead and show. So part of what's happening this week is the launch of, there we go, in the background, Lisa Tinez from True Weather Solutions, displaying the meteor drone. And this is going to be launching the first statewide low altitude weather service in the nation right here out of Grand Sky, coming to an airfield near you soon. So, sir, so good to see you.
How are you?
Yeah,
good to
absolutely.
Be with you. Thanks for letting me join you.
Yeah, so we have a very eclectic crowd, a lot of drone people, technology people. So why don't, sir, you tell them a little bit about yourself and what's so awesome about North Dakota and drones?
Well, we're very pleased to have PTech Consulting up here. Don, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
for
sir.
inviting me to be with you. We're having a UAS Unmanned Aerial Systems Conference, which is kicking off now. We'll be going through today and tomorrow. And we get people in the industry from all over the nation. We actually started on unmanned aerial systems back in 2005. So we've been at it for about 17 years. And we have more amazing partnerships here than you can imagine between the Grand Forks Air Force Base, Grand Sky Technology Park, and so many other things that we have going. This conference is just exciting because we have people from all over the globe, and it's people with the latest and greatest ideas that are doing things in the UAS industry and beyond ISR, space, related aerospace and space. This year I'm bringing as my guest Chris Scalise, who is the director of the National Reconnaissance Office. And so he'll be presenting tomorrow along with me about some exciting stuff that he's working on and we're working on together. Past guests have been George Rumford from TRMC and Derek Tenier from Space Development Agency, and again, we're involved in low Earth orbit satellite mission, ISR, and we actually have 900 miles of border security here, Customs and Border Protection.
Wow.
DHS is one of our partners. And of course, our Guard flies unmanned aircraft. We have a state effort where we're making the command and control available through the Vantage system. Statewide, we have just incredible certificates of authorization from the FAA so that we can fly unmanned aircraft in the NAS. So very exciting, and I'm droning on. Sorry, Don. I'll
No,
stop
no
right there.
pun
but thanks.
intended. No pun intended.
No,
tell-
no pun
let's-
intended.
Let's tell them a little bit about. Those are Reapers, right?
They are.
No,
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 these are
no.
Global Hawks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
But-
okay.
but-
I said
oh
the
my
wrong
God.
thing. I'm sorry. I'm
Flying-
sorry.
No,
Global Hawks.
Don, don't let Tom take it. Flying overhead as we came in
Yeah.
were Predators and Reapers.
Yes.
And that's, of course, what you're referring to.
Yes, yes.
Now, what Tom thought you
Of
were referring
course I
to
was.
were this amazing
He's so
fleet
good.
of Global Hawk on the ground, of which there are about 24 of them, between 24 and 27.
Yeah.
I still have a little trouble keeping track because it's the Block 10s, the Block 20s, and the Block 30s, in addition to the Block 40s, which are over on the base side, still on active duty.
Yes.
This is going to be the heart and soul of the Sky Range program. These are being retrofitted by Northrop Grumman to be what will be called Range Hawks. And instead of lining up Navy ships out in the ocean every time we want to test a hypersonic missile,
Yes.
these will be up in the air. Instead of looking down, they will look up at the hypersonic missile. It is so exciting.
It is.
That's the TRMC program that George Rumford is working on. He is brilliant.
Yeah.
Just brilliant.
I have to say, I listened to your talk last year, and I was so inspired. I wrote an article for Inside Unmanned Systems magazine on that program.
Good for you.
I did. So, yes, sir. Well, I know you're super busy, sir. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thanks for
Really
letting me join. This
appreciate
was really fun.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here. And I want to invite everybody who's looking for great partners, great relationships that they can build in this whole aerospace, space, UAS industry. Come see us. We've got a partnership like none others, and we're looking for more. Thanks,
All
Tom.
right. Thank
Thanks.
you, sir.
bet.
All right. Very good. Let's see who we've got next here. We got Tom Sawyer come down, Grand Sky president. So this is the man that's making it all happen here at Grand Sky. And so, Tom, come on in. Maybe
Kind of
move
this
over
way.
a little
Yep,
bit.
there we
Yeah, you
go.
got the
Hi.
little logo on your head there. So tell us about what's going on right now. So this is like a pre-party for the big UAS Summit and Expo. First time y'all are doing this. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, the UAS Summit and Expo is here in Grand Forks the next few days, and normally they have an opening reception at the exhibit hall. And this year they said, why don't we come out to Grand Sky and do something out there? And we said, absolutely. So we sponsored it all. We've got a lot of great things to show off. All these Global Hawks and Predators and Reapers now.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
being
I'm gonna,
corrected.
you know what I'm gonna do, Tom? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show people like that they're on the runway. So can you all see that? There are the
Out
birds
there.
out there on the runway. So, and you can see the party tent to our right. So I'll get this resituated here for us. But yeah,
So there's 24 Global Hawks out there now, former Block 30 and Block 20s. They were retired by the Air Force, and another DoD agency, the Test Resource Management Center, has said, we want them. We want to use them for hypersonic testing. So they took them all over. All 24 are here. They are all going to be refurbished and repurposed to be sensor carriers to create dynamic ranges that exist over the entire Northern Pacific Ocean for different kinds of missile tests.
yeah.
And so that's a huge opportunity that's going to be headquartered here. All the maintenance and fit out work will be done here. That's hundreds of new jobs for Grand Forks, tens of millions of dollars of investment. And so something that Grand Sky was really built to be able to support. So we're really excited to be able to do it.
Well, what I love about what you do too, it's military and civilian both. Like this business park for drones is so unique, co-located with Grand Forks Air Force Base, enhanced use lease, you know, giant business park, anchors Northrop Grumman, General Atomics. But you're also doing something kind of special too with this little drone we see here in the background.
Yeah, this little
drone called the Meteo drone. So tell us about your collaboration with True Weather and what you hope to achieve with that.
Sure. True Weather Solutions and Don Birchoff, we became friends over the last year. We needed something that was going to be able to really help us get much more precise, much more comprehensive weather measurements and weather forecasts. The 24 Global Hawks, there's a couple $1 billion of aircraft. So I have ground operations that are impacted by weather. I have air operations. And so where the known icing is, our entire goal is we believe that of the flights that are canceled for weather, we can recover 30%, maybe even more
Wow.
of those flights,
Yeah.
which really then creates operational reliability and operational planning opportunities for our partners and our tenants. So we're using a small drone. Instead of a weather balloon, we're going to put a small UAS up. It's a hexacopter made by Mediomatics in Switzerland. We're really excited to be working with them and Don. This is really going to be a game changer for understanding the weather environment that we're operating in.
It is, and you heard it here first. You know, the first statewide low altitude weather service launching here in North Dakota. So pretty awesome.
It is.
Hey Tom, anything else you want to say before
No,
we head
we're
out to the
excited.
party?
We want everybody to come be a part of Grand Sky. We have flight operations going on daily, BV loss operations going on daily. Come on and be a part of our really special thing happening up here.
All right.
Thank you so much, Todd.
Thank
It's
you,
great.
Tom. Awesome. All right, have fun. I'll be over there soon, I think. All right, we've got let's go Don next, since we're kind of on this topic of the Meteo drone and the weather service. We've got the amazing Don Bershoff, the weather Don, here with us. Don, say hello.
Hi everyone. I just love being at Grand Sky. The stuff that Tom is doing is just amazing. I'm looking at the predators out there on the ramp. I mean, this is weather haven for me, right?
Yeah. Or are they predators? I said the wrong one.
Yeah.
They are predators?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. So tell us what you hope to achieve here with your Meteo drone.
Well, you know, Tom has been investing in this. The drone's behind us. This is the first one that's going to be up in North America on a regular basis. They're flying them in Switzerland, Mediomatics. We think it's a game changer, getting this kind of data that we can feed back into flight operations. We're going to be able to see onset of fog and clouds and low clouds faster. We'll be able to pick up thunderstorm development with a little more precision, and most importantly, icing. Icing will, especially up here, it really cuts about 30% down on flight time due to forecasts. And we're going to be able to fly this to see if it's really up there. If it's not, we'll get them flying. We think they're going to get about a 30% reduction in those delays, and the return on investment is going to be 10 to 1, basically.
That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So we're going to be on a panel on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So give them a little preview of what we're talking about, the weather panel we're doing.
Well, so Tom and I and Captain Buckley from the base will be on there to
Yeah.
talk about the operational impacts of weather on mission operations and the need for higher resolution data to help increase mission effectiveness and mission effectiveness rates in the military. But everything applies to commercial applications. For advanced air mobility,
Yes.
same thing. And instead of bombs on target, it's money in the bank. That's what I like to tell people. You know, I focus on bombs on target when I was in the military, making
Yes.
sure we didn't waste resources, and we hit the target, and we made sure we didn't waste the assets. But here it's about making money, and that's what we'll talk a little about. But more importantly too, is we're starting to talk about this new Weather Scout drone.
Yep.
That is right now we have a phase 2 AFWERX project where we're going to start testing devices that will allow us to see turbulence and icing at standoff distance. Today, the only way you can detect icing and turbulence is if you're flying it. There's no weather instrumentation for that. We're building the instrumentation to put in a drone so that when drones go up, they'll have knowledge of whether or not there's something out ahead. That's going to allow us then to fly them when there's a threat without worrying about safety.
Well, let's save some for the Dawn of Drones podcast. By the way, everybody, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central, we're going to have Tom Sawyer, you just saw from Grand Sky, and Don Bershoff from True Weather, kicking off a month dedicated to industry enablers, and True Weather is sponsoring that month. So join us for the Dawn of Drones, learn more about what's happening out here. Thank you so much, Don. Anything you want to say before you head out?
No, Keith Lund is about to come over from the Grand Forks Economics, and Keith has been like an amazing help to True Weather here in Grand Forks. I'm a big advocate for what they're doing here and all the support they give businesses that are trying to bring innovation into Grand Forks. And, you know, honestly, this drone probably wouldn't be possible here in Grand Forks without guys like Keith and Tom and everyone else. So big thumbs up to Grand Forks.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
All right.
So come on down, Keith. That was a great segue
I
here.
need to say much more. do I?
Yeah. So, well, no, you still do need to
All
introduce
right.
yourself because not everybody knows you. So go ahead, introduce yourself and your duty title and kind of what it is you do.
Okay, I'm Keith Lund. I'm president of the Grand Forks Region Economic Development Corporation. We work throughout Grand Forks County to help grow and diversify the economy, grow business, and UAS, autonomous operations, and space is such a tremendous opportunity. We're really focusing in on that. As a matter of fact, we've hired somebody specifically to work this area of our economy, so it's a tremendous opportunity.
So you
for
have
us.
a UAS specific person
We have a
working with
US
you?
We have a UAS business development officer whose sole purpose is to make connections, develop relationships, and to help to grow this industry.
Well, it's really exciting because, I mean, first of all, like I said, Northern UAS, right? Northern Plains UAS Test Site, Vantas, Grand Sky, University of North Dakota, and the incredible things they're doing there. So tell people out there, how they can kind of tap into what's happening here. If they're not here right now, like how can they like tap into the energy that's here in Grand Forks?
Absolutely. There's a lot of ways to tap in, but maybe before I answer that, I want to say you've talked to a lot of people, and Don just sort of did our commercial for us. So really appreciate that. And you visited with Tom Sawyer to talk about all the things that are going on at Grand Sky, which is really DoD focused. But we really wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be celebrating a summit. It wouldn't be for the tremendous leadership on many, many fronts. So
Oh yeah.
we have our state leadership that's invested in this industry beyond visual line of sight infrastructure to help
Yes.
commercialize drones. They've invested in Grand Sky and the infrastructure here to help build out the industry.
Yes.
So the state of North Dakota, from the legislature to the governor's office, has been tremendously supportive. And then you had Senator Hoeven here, his colleague in the Senate has been tremendously supportive as well. So we just can't. It's really Team North Dakota. We're speaking with one voice, and so it's been a pleasure. In terms of connecting, there are many different ways. So if you're interested, if you're a large company that's looking to do DoD related work, Tom Sawyer is a great person to visit with to talk about the opportunities here.
Yeah.
A lot of the activity at Grand Sky is really driven by others. And one of the things that we're really focused on is supporting earlier stage and startup companies like Dawn and True Weather. And we have a number of startup companies that we've already visited with before the summit started,
Yeah.
really talking about what can be accomplished in North Dakota based on our tremendous ecosystem. So it's a exciting time, and it's a pleasure to be here today and a pleasure visiting with you.
Well, absolutely. And I know, you're one of the sponsors of the event. And tomorrow we have 3 of your companies
That's right.
on a special live stream at 9 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Eastern on the full crew tomorrow. So check us out there.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that and, kind of the inspiration for supporting some of these companies?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that are happening we're really excited about. Number one, so we're really sort of promoting what we're doing here in Grand Forks and North Dakota to the world. So it's exciting that you get a chance to talk to some of those companies. There's a session at the summit that talks about why Grand Forks and why this ecosystem, why the partners here
Yep.
are so supportive and how you can be successful. And really, just really kind of promoting what we're doing and trying to expose, again, this ecosystem to the world. We're really excited. We've had tremendous growth over the last several years. I don't know if a lot of people know this, and this stat is almost a year old now, but there's over 1,200 people working in some UAS-related job in
Wow.
Grand Forks County today. So there's no definition of that, so we do that the old-fashioned way by calling companies. But it's really exciting to see the tremendous growth, and I know when we update these numbers at the end of the year, it's going to be higher than that.
Well, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I wish you the best for this conference. I'm really excited. It was amazing last year. That's why I'm back and excited to work with your team here and hopefully going forward. And anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, just hopefully, if you haven't been able to make it, come to the summit next year and the years after that, and I think you'll be tremendously impressed with what's going on in North Dakota.
Absolutely. Well, thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Thanks
Take care.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So just to recap real quick, what a lineup that was. That was fast and furious, but we're going to probably call it a day. So we had Senator Hoeven, United States Senator here. We had Tom Sawyer from Grand Sky, Don Bersha from True Weather. We had Rob from Census Technologies. We had John Nelson that kicked it off from BBI International that runs this conference, and Michael Robbins from AUVSI talking about their new kind of collaboration with the Defense Innovation Unit for drones. So these are just some of the folks that are here. I mean, the list of luminaries that are at this conference is pretty long. Really excited to be involved in it, and you'll learn more tomorrow and throughout the week. So we're going to call it good for now. And thank you so much for joining us. That is all she wrote. We are out here.